A high-flying, acrobatic dazzler, the 6'5" guard has the Bulls in contention for a playoff spot. Averaging over 27 points per game, Jordan has been wowing fans from coast to coast. Chicago's also getting spectacular play out of 6'9" Orlando Woolridge, a budding star. The Pistons started off last week with a pulse-pounding overtime win over the Bucks in Milwaukee. Bill Laimbeer was sensational with 32 points and 17 rebounds. But the next night at the Dome, the Pistons ran out of gas against the Nets when Isaiah's shot at the buzzer fell off the rim. They also fell 2 nights later on the road in Washington. But tonight, from Chicago and tradition-rich Chicago Stadium, it's the Pistons and Bulls in another battle for playoff position in the Central Division.
Detroit Pistons basketball, brought to you in part by Budweiser, the king of beers. Reach for that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser. For all you do, this Bud's for you. By Dunham's, sports outfitters since 1937. Dunham's, everything in sports at a discount. By Renault, European technology and design that's affordable. Renault, the one to watch. Your neighborhood Kentucky Fried Chicken stores. Your local Shell Auto Care dealer who backs his work in writing. By the Michigan State Lottery. Somebody's going to win, why not you? And by Kelly Springfield and your local Bell Tire distributor. Kelly Tires for a Kelly Springfield ride. And by your neighborhood True Value hardware store.
Are we on?
Not yet.
Good evening, everyone. This is George Blaha, and the man next to me on the hard court in Chicago, just fresh from the Legends game over All-Star Weekend in the NBA. The legendary number 21, David Bing. You played, Isaiah played, Bill Laimbeer played, and Michael Jordan did too. There's some controversy in here about how much Michael Jordan did and didn't get the basketball in the All-Star game, David, and whether Isaiah had anything to do with it. Will that affect the game tonight?
I really don't think so. What it could do is get Jordan up for the game a little more, but he's a pro. He's having a fantastic rookie year, and I don't think he needs to be psyched up. He's that kind of player.
What do you think of the big crowd on the All-Star Weekend in general?
Unbelievable. Too many people for basketball, to be very honest with you. I think I had pretty good seats, and I probably was a good 50 yards away from the court. But it was an exciting game, and it was a good one to watch.
You enjoy playing?
Afterwards, I didn't enjoy it, I don't think, because I got real sore. I only worked out about once before I got out there, and that was a mistake.
Well, some of these guys play basketball every day, no-run steel companies, but back to the season at hand and the game at hand. I think this one comes at a good time for the Pistons. They needed a few days off before coming in here against the Bulls. They looked tired before the break.
I'm sure they were. On top of that, there were a lot of small nagging injuries, and on top of that, Isaiah got a nagging injury in the game, but I watched him doing warm-ups, and he seems to be pretty loose. Danny Roundfield is here, and that's a good sign, even though he's not going to play tonight.
Kelly Tripucka is still out. We hope Kelly's back very soon. The Bulls get Caldwell Jones back. Dave Corzine played well in his absence, but that beefs him up in the hole.
Caldwell is a great defensive player. How much he's going to be in effect tonight, I really don't know. But just to have a guy like that, 6'11", a great defensive player, I'm sure Kevin Locker is happy he's back.
Well, this crowd seems wired. So are we. We'll be back with the lineups and all the action from the Windy City in just a moment with our national anthem here on the southwest side of Chicago, Chicago Stadium. And for a few years, quite a few in fact, they didn't draw much in here, but Dave Bing remembers the days when the Pistons and the Bulls did Battle Royal, and they do make some noise here, those that show. And when they get a big house, it's wild in here.
And they've got something to cheer about this year. Last year, they were one of the low teams on the totem pole, but just the addition of one player, Michael Jordan, who's a superstar. First year, unbelievable turnout for him.
The Pistons, as we mentioned, without Kelly Tripucka, with Danny Roundfield on the bench in street clothes, but certainly not quite ready to play, start Terry Tyler and Kent Benson up front. Bill Lambier, freshman all-star appearance, and saw him get 11 solid minutes for the Eastern Conference. In the middle, the league's second leading rebounder is, of course, 6'11" and 250 out of Notre Dame. The man from Romulus in the U of D, the shooter John Long with Isaiah in the backcourt, and Isaiah still gets a big hand in his hometown. He gets a big hand everywhere, but the folks especially like him here. Very, very close to his old neighborhood.
Yeah, I know Isaiah came straight here from the All-Star game. He wanted to have a chance to get some home cooking and also reacquaint himself with some of his old buddies, so I know he enjoyed that.
The NBA's Coach of the Month for January, Chuck Daly, coaching the Pistons against former Piston player Kevin Lockery and the Chicago Bulls. Orlando Woolridge, who was a teammate of Bill Lambier's and of Kelly Tripucka's at Notre Dame, and who's having a very nice year for the Bulls. Starts at 1 forward and 6'9" and 215 and a leaper. He is a very tough matchup. He'll be Terry Tyler's responsibility early on. And Steve Johnson's not going to start tonight. They're going to go with Sidney Green, who has been certainly an up-and-down player so far in the NBA. Sidney 6'9" and 210. Wes Matthews, who got a chance when Enos Watley was hurt, runs the offense, and Michael Jordan plays the off guard at 6'6" and 199. And do you remember last spring when the Pistons and the Knicks had that wild 5-game playoff battle? And what a hot ticket game 5 at the Joe Louis was. Well, the Pistons have a way to help you avoid that playoff ticket rush and also see 10 great games the rest of the season. If you purchase the Pistons 10-game playoff plan ticket package, you'll be guaranteed excellent seats for the playoffs when that exciting time rolls around. And the games in this 10-game package are sensational. Nothing short of it. The Celtics, the Bulls with Michael Jordan, Milwaukee, the Twin Towers at Houston. Don't miss this package. 10 great games the rest of the regular season and guarantee you playoff seats. And the best part is you can do it while you watch or listen. 338-4500 is the Pistons office number, and salespeople are on duty. And Michael Jordan and Isaiah just finished slapping hands. We'll see how cordial the rest of the game is between the two. It's the Pistons and the Bulls. Pistons 2 out of 3 so far in the series, and the Bulls get the tap. Michael Jordan gets airborne, gets it to Orlando Woolridge. He's up in the air, knocked away. Benson has it. Kent to John Long, working against Jordan on the baseline. Lost the dribble. Tapped away and picked up by Sidney Green. The running rebel off the
problem here.
And Woolridge dunks.
The big O, Orlando Woolridge. Good defense right there by Chicago. Jordan played John very well. Created a turnover. Resulted into a dunk.
One reason the Bulls are shooting over 50% from the floor on the season. A lot of throwdowns by Orlando and Michael. 8 on the shot clock as the Bulls knock it away from the Pistons, and Kent Benson will inbound it on the baseline. Kevin Lockery sets his team defensively. Chuck Daly with the other half of the chess match. Quick inbound to here from the wing. It's a miss. Rebound John Long. Foul called. Wally Rooney and Paul Mahalik are the officials. Wally whistles John Long for the foul.
Wally was in a good position right there to see that. John pushed off, got caught. Turnover. Wes Matthews brings it in the forecourt.
Goes to Corzine. Played pretty well since Caldwell Jones has been hurt. He misses. It is a loose ball foul called against Wes Matthews as the Bulls try to get that second shot, and they don't.
Wes Matthews goes in there into the land of giants and creates a foul between Benson and Lambier.
2-0 Chicago. Minutes been played. Isaiah finds John Long on the baseline. Guns and gets it. It's 2-2.
Even though Jordan may be psyched up and he's ready to play tonight, he's got his hands full in John also. He's not going to be able to just float around the court. He's got to play John because he's playing well.
Jordan nearly lost it top of the key. John puts a hand check on him as he goes baseline right, and it's knocked away with 9 on the shot clock. They're going to call it a kick.
Yeah, they'll get a new 24 off of that too.
and resets the clock as